I am back. Barb City Words, mother effing lady. When in doubt, pull your mother effing blunts out, period. So, just like our last two lives that we did this early in the morning, we're going to get into something. I told you guys we're going to do this every day. They're going to get better and better. And yeah, so here we are again at 6 o'clock in the morning, y'all. I'm doing my thing, waiting for my babies to need to get up for school. And until I got to wake them up, I'm going to be here with y'all, okay? Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Turn your notifications on, especially if you don't want to miss what my investor has going on for my subscribers, which I will be announcing soon. Um, like my video, share me out. Make sure that you're following Barb City on Facebook as well. And you guys, y'all know I'm getting over a cold, so I'm finally starting to get my voice back, so it kind of goes like in and out. But again, like my video and let's get into this. So let me start off. Oh yeah, and I know I went live yesterday. Come on, y'all, comment so I can welcome y'all to the live. Hi, Michelle Williams. Good morning, Queen. She said, "Good morning, beautiful lady, Barb City." Good morning. Hi, Tiff Moore. She said, "Good morning, Barb City in chat." Good morning, babes. So, I want to read you guys something and then we're going to get into it. So, oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. I did my live and I was also supposed to put out a video yesterday, but I was so busy. Like, my kids had this little, like, trick or treat thing at this high school, and they, my little baby girl is a beauty pageant, and then I had a fairy, so I had to flat iron hair and curl and all that stuff. So I was just too busy yesterday. Hi, Yvette. Welcome to the live, Queen. She said, "Good morning, sis. Love you all. Good morning. Love you, babes." Michelle said, "I'm a 60-year-old young Barb, period, and will ride at dawn behind Nicki Minaj and Papa Bear. Barb, saddle up. Let's ride, period." Such a vibe. So there's 8 of y'all watching, 9 now. Please like my video unless, the other, 7 people are haters. I get it. But anyway, like what haters pull up to their video to someone that they don't like, or excuse me, what haters pulls up to my video at 6 o'clock in the morning if they don't like me? Like, please like my video. Stop being weird. Okay? Anyway, let me read this. So it says, no rap songs appear in the top 40 on the Hot 100 for the first time since February of 1990, ending a streak of 35 years, 8 months, and 3 weeks, week of October 25, 2025, right? Now, my thing is this. Tiff Moore said, "Barb, periods." Okay. My thing is this. First of all, Nicki Minaj did an interview with Joe Budden, right? And in that interview, she was explaining how the numbers in hip hop or any genre work, right? And so basically, hip hop was the number one genre for a really long time, right? And of course, the industry has a problem with that because they want it to be pop, they want it to be country, rock and roll, things like that. They never want it to be hip hop. And I think we all know why they would rather it be the other genres. Y'all, please like my video. Like my mother effing video. Like, stop playing with me. Stop. Y'all about to piss me off. It's like I'm just playing. Anyway, so they never wanted genre or hip hop in that number one genre, that number one spot. And like I said, I think you guys all know why they do not want hip hop to be the number one genre, right? But for a long time, they were unable to remove it from that number one spot or just make it to where it's not a thing because they had rappers like Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, Eminem, just like they had real talent out, right? All these years they had real rap going on. So now, when Nicki Minaj was in her interview with Joe Budden, she was letting it be known that every time a song is put out, all those numbers go into, like, let's say it all goes into one basket. And all those numbers are put together, right? Which is why hip hop was at number one. But when you have hip hop being watered down with Cardi B's and Sexy Reds and stuff like that, those numbers start to drop, right? Because people are not into hip hop like they used to be. You get what I'm saying? Because hip hop again is not as good as what it used to be. So not only is hip hop no longer the number one genre, but the numbers that it used to pull is now dropping down. Now, another thing that I want to point out, hold on, let me read this. Yvette Brooks said, first of all, welcome to the live. No, I already said that to you. But she said, like, comment, and subscribe. I am 60 as well, and they always tell me I'm too old, but I don't care. Much love. Just love this woman as well as Papa Bear. Amen. So I want to say something about your comment as well in just a second, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. So again, hip hop is not performing like it used to, meaning the world is not here for hip hop the way that it used to be. Now, I also want to point out, right? This is Nicki Minaj's first year where she is not doing anything, right? Nicki Minaj said she was taking a hiatus. She's not going to be releasing music. And so the very first time that Nicki Minaj like really chills down for a while. She hasn't done this in a while, right? And no other rappers, like real rappers, have been dropping. Okay, so those numbers are dropping down, and it shows exactly who was here to water down hip hop, in my opinion. Good morning, Monique. I'm so happy to see you here yet again, 3 days in a row, 6 o'clock in the morning. Hi, Et. Welcome to the live. He said, "Good morning, Barb City Gang." Mind you, Nikki said this 2 years ago, sitting on a couch with Joe Budden. That's what I said in an interview that she did with Joe Budden. She said that all of this was going to be happening. Now, like I was saying, Nicki Minaj has not put anything out. Cardi B just released an album last month, right? And had she been a Nicki Minaj, um, a, a real rapper that we're used to, right? Back in the day, the rappers that we grew up on, then her songs, at least one, would still be in the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100, keeping up that streak. Nicki Minaj is actually about to mess up her own streak. She has charted on the Billboard Hot 100 since she came out. There has not been a week where Nicki Minaj did not have a song on the Billboard Hot 100 in the top 40 since she started her career. Do you guys understand how great that is? Okay, so if Nicki Minaj does not put out a song, a single before the end of this year, she is going to mess up her own streak on the Billboard Hot 100, which I'm totally fine with. I'm sure that Nicki doesn't care because it's nothing for her to get back on it. But that just proves my point. It proves my point that Nicki Minaj has literally had hip hop inside of a travel bag on her backpack, or on her back, carrying hip hop for the past 17 years. Think about it. Think about it, y'all. This Nicki Minaj is about to mess up her own streak being on the Billboard Hot 100 since her career started. And now, all of a sudden, since she is stopping that streak, now stats like the one I just read are being put out. And I'll read it again. It says, no rap songs appear in the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100 for the first time since February of 1990, ending a streak of 35 years, 8 months, and 3 weeks, week of October 2025. So, yes, there's other artists that clearly made that possible, right? But at the same time, Nicki Minaj is the one who set this year out. And now stats like this are coming out. But all the girls have released music recently, including Cardi B. And none of her songs were strong enough to uphold a 35-year streak. And somehow I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj's career is over. Now, I want to get back to this comment right here where Yvette says she's a 60-year-old Barb and people always tell her that she's too old and she doesn't care. Now, I made this post the other day on my socials. Please like my video. Why am I still sitting at 7? 7 likes, and there's 21 of y'all here. Like, dang, a lot of y'all pulling up to Barb City and don't F with me. I'm just saying, but I appreciate the support of the haters as well. You know, a view's a view. A like's a like too, though. It's like, y'all see how many people left when I said that? They be hating on your girl, I swear. And I be having to call them out, and it be so funny because right when I call them out and be like, ooh, the haters is watching me, my likes go up. Like, okay. Anyway, so like I was saying, there's people out here that have favorite football players, football teams, right? They sit in the crowd when their football teams are playing, they're screaming their heads off. They get upset when their football teams lose. They buy their merch in the stores, no matter how much it is. What is the difference between you guys loving football players for their talent and us deciding to love Nicki Minaj for her talent? What is the difference between you buying football merch and us buying Nicki Minaj merch? What is the difference between y'all sitting in the crowd screaming your head off, happy that your team is winning, right? What's the difference between us sitting in the crowd yelling our head off because Nicki Minaj is performing and she's winning all the time? And then what's the difference between y'all getting upset when your football team loses and you think that people are cheating? It's the same thing when we get upset and we feel like people are doing Nicki Minaj wrong and they're cheating. It's the same exact thing. So y'all want to run around and judge people and be like, oh, you're too old to like this, that, and the third. But yet you like the football team, somebody that's running around throwing their bodies into people. That's more talent than what Nicki Minaj does with her pen. Please. Please. Um, ET says, and then they drag features like they're her. Wait, then they drag features like they're her own hits. Exactly, but not even that. And you're so right, ET. Like when she worked with Glorilla, it's like she was literally acting like that was her song. She was promoting that song more than she has any of her songs on her album, and that's because the song was performing well. So of course she's gonna promote that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Tiff Moore said, sure has for real, and the respect is in the gutter. E.T. right. E.T. says, and before that, been the queen for 8 summers. Just tell him to call me. You get on my nerves, babes. I love you so much. Let me see. That's what that album was with 14-year-old songs on it. Yvette says, subscribe, please. Love, love, love you, sis. Thank you. Love you, babes. Yes, please subscribe. Tiff Moore said, none at all, and I like all music. It's just the music they push upon us. Big garbage. So now I got to go hunting for good music. Exactly. So, let me stop right here. I see the other comments. I'm gonna get to them. But again, you guys, so back to the Joe Budden interview that Nicki Minaj did, right? In that interview, she said hip hop is watered down purposely. They purposely watered hip hop down with artists like Cardi B. I don't need to go through the list. You guys know who the artists are. So they watered hip hop down to bring it out of that number one spot and to get it as far away from that number one spot as possible. That has been the goal this entire time. And as you guys can see, it is working. Now, I'm not trying to shade Sexy Red, okay? Um, Sexy Red, as you guys know, I do like her personality. She's not allowing the industry to change who she is, and I love that about her. But at the same time, I don't get into her music. Okay, of course I'm gonna listen to Pound Town too because Nicki Minaj is on it. But let's be so for real. Like I am a mother, I'm a wife. I just don't get into Sexy Red. And I feel like Sexy Red is here to push an agenda onto the black young girls. I really do. Like certain people like Sexy Red, Cardi B and stuff, they're put here to just dumb down a certain community of people. That's my opinion. And whether they know they're being used to do that or not, in my opinion, that is the agenda. I feel like that is why Sexy Red was placed here because why else? Why else? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just come on, y'all. Come on. I know that some of y'all disagree with what I'm saying, but just come on now. Come on. Like, Sexy Red. Like, come on. So, anyway, they blew her up for a reason so that she can act a certain way. Not only, you know, for a certain group, like a certain community to see what she's doing and, look up to her and take from that and act the same exact way, right? But also just be the face of black women. Y'all know they've been trying to use Cardi B to be the face of black women, and we were like complaining. So now they went and got Sexy Red, and Sexy Red is supposed to be representing black women. So Sexy Red is what everybody is saying. Black women behave like. Oh, that's how black women talk. That's how black women act. That's how black women dress. Those type of things, you guys. So again, they were placed here to water down hip hop. Those were the exact words that Nicki Minaj used. She didn't say that about Sexy Red. She didn't say that about Cardi B. But I think it's self explanatory, right? And you can kind of see with your own eyes who was in the industry watering down hip hop. For for one, Cardi B does not write any of her raps. Every single time she goes to the studio, Partisan Fontaine is there. Okay, not just that, but he has her rapping things like she's flying to Dubai on a yacht. How you gonna fly on a yacht, baby? And that's exactly why hip hop is not where it used to be. Now, let me see what y'all are talking about. Yvette said, thanks for breaking it down. Amen, amen, queen. Thank you. What does this say? Diggy Denny? Dig Diggy? Yeah, I believe that's what your name is, babes. I apologize if I said it wrong, but Diggy Denny said there is no difference. These folks just mad because folks are not rooting for their fave. I'd rather support a rapper over a reciter. Exactly, because this is hip hop. This is not R&B. You know, singers, their talent is their voice, right? How good they sing. So it's okay for those people to go and get songs that were written for them and sing those songs, because the talent is not in the pen. The talent is in the voice, right? But in hip hop, it is totally different. The talent is in the pen. The talent is how you deliver what you wrote on the paper. You see what I'm saying? So you can't call yourself a rapper at all if you're not writing your own music, y'all. That is simply not how it works. And then you definitely cannot call yourself the queen of rap and think that you are going to take the spot of the queen of rap if you cannot push your pen. That is something Nicki Minaj has always done, is push her pen. Okay, so she might even have someone do a little I forget if it's the chorus or the hook. I forget. You know, the part that's repeated throughout the song. She might have help with that sometimes, just because she wants her song to sound a certain way and she wants certain artists to be on certain parts. But when it comes to Nicki Minaj writing that verse, that is Nicki Minaj. Just like you said, when you hear Nicki Minaj spit, just know that she wrote it. There's 35 of y'all here. Please like my video. I love you guys so much. And thank you for being here this early in the morning. So let's go on. Let me see. Let me see. I'm just looking for good comments, y'all. I already read that one. Michelle said, I'm a 60-year-old young Barb and I goes to Nicki Minaj concerts. I buy Nicki Minaj nails and many pairs of her tennis shoes and have my money waiting for me on 3/27/26. Period. And that's why Nicki Minaj is going to forever be around. Pay attention. We got 60-year-old Barbs in the chat. We got 30-year-old Barbs in the chat. We got 16-year-old Barbs in the chat. And I'm raising Barbs right now. Y'all heard my live that I did yesterday morning. My kids do not play about Nicki Minaj. Like when we were talking about Cardi B, my daughters was like, womp womp. Like they don't even F with her. So, period. Like Nicki Minaj, even when Nicki Minaj stops doing music, she's still gonna be that girl. That's what y'all don't understand. That's why they compare her fans to Michael Jackson's fans. Okay, Michael Jackson had the biggest, best fan base of all time in history. There has never been another fan base as great as Michael Jackson's. And that is who the Barbs are compared to. We are compared to Michael Jackson's fans. Okay, so even when Nicki Minaj stops doing music, she's gonna be that girl. She has 11-year-old songs trending right now today, which we gotta get into some in my next video, because Cardi B gonna like a shady post about Nicki Minaj's trend, trying to act like, oh my God, I can't wait to get into it. But I just find it funny that she did that, like the shady post about Nicki Minaj's trend, but yet you just reposted a mashup of you and Adele to your Twitter because you wanted to have the same attention Nicki Minaj is getting from her trend. But because she ain't getting that attention, now she wants to be shady about the attention Nicki Minaj is getting. So we're gonna get into that in the next video. But again, that's a prime example. Cardi B just released a whole album last month, and none of the songs are making any noise whatsoever. But yet, you got a song from Nicki Minaj that's 11 years old, trending with billions and billions of views and challenges, just like her challenge, a years and years old song trending like that. And see, that's why they hate Nicki Minaj and the Barbs. That's why Nicki Minaj calls us her secret weapon. Because we are. You cannot beat her because of her fans. That's it. And I want to say one more thing before I get back to the comments and back to the topic. I am not Nicki Minaj. I'm nowhere near her. I'm never going to be anything like her. And I don't only have Nicki Minaj supporters watching Barb City, okay? But the amount of support that I get being Christian, being the face behind Barb City, is like I can't even explain it. The feeling that like the feeling I get from the support from you guys is I can't even think of a word to say, like just to try to explain how great and amazing I feel, how far you guys have brought me, right? And so that tells me that Nicki Minaj really, really, really feels the love and the support that the Barbs show her. You guys have no idea how great that feeling is to just be like, wow, you guys are really pushing me to be great. You guys are really like, let somebody say something smart about me in my comments right now. The Barbs are going to go in. And like I said, I'm not Nicki Minaj, but I'm the voice behind Barb City. And because of that, I'm able to feel the love and the support that the Barbs show to Nicki Minaj. And it answers my question when I say, how can Nicki Minaj continue to go on under all this pressure, with all this stress, with all this hate? And it is because she has the greatest fan base of all time, besides Michael Jackson's fans standing behind her, you guys. I don't care. They could call Barbs the bullies. They could say that we're a cult, whatever they want to say. The Barbs are some of the greatest people that walk this planet. They want to say, oh, the Barbs are broke, but yet, y'all want to say we're jobless, but yet Nicki Minaj is like, and y'all, I don't want to hear about that little stat. Oh, Cardi B, RIAA, highest certified. Nicki Minaj has not updated her certifications in 9 damn years. Nicki Minaj is the highest selling female rapper of all time. Period. I'm not about to feed into not one fake ass stat. Now, like Nicki said, been on the charts so long I told Billboard to dust it. Y'all let that go right over your head. You're not getting it. Like I said, it has been 35 years. And every year there has been, every week for 35 years, there has been a hip hop song in the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. And the first year that Nicki Minaj is like, I'm truly not doing anything, the streak is broken. The first year that she breaks her own streak of being on the Billboard Hot 100 consecutively, consistently, her entire career, she messes up her streak this year, and in the same year, they announce that stat that I just read for hip hop. Let me go forward. ET says, wait, welcome to the live. I hope I said your name right. Good morning, Queen. She said, good morning, Barb City and Barb City gang. Period. Y'all drop some money bags, and hashtag BCG in the comments for good vibes. There are 32 of you liking, please, or 32 of you watching. Please like my video. Well, now there's 25. Y'all be hating. But there's 25 of y'all still here. If you have not already, please like my video. So ET said, she said rap is down 40%, which was the biggest genre in music at the time. Again, she got more talent in her left thumb. More talent than my mother ever left thumb. Okay. Et also said, and let's be for real. You messed up just a little, but that's okay. And let's be for real. If it wasn't for Nicki being on Pound Town 2, that song would have never seen the light of day for me personally. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know Pound Town 2 existed until Nicki Minaj hopped on it. I was just chilling one day and we got a surprise drop from Nicki Minaj. It was like Nicki Minaj, Pound Town 2 in 15 minutes, dropping at midnight. And I was just like, what? Like, okay. And I'm not gonna lie. When Nicki Minaj said, waxed up, booty hole waxed down, and when she said, uh, I ain't talking about chicken when I jerk it with my tits. Like, come on. Who's not gonna bump that? But am I just gonna turn on a Sexy Red song and just bump it on my way to work? Like, girl, please. And that's no shade to Sexy Red. Sexy Red is that girl in her own way. I love her little ghetto personality. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So, um, let me see. Good morning, Meat Moolah. She said, good morning, Bar City Gang and Barbs. I don't know, y'all. I love saying her name. Is that weird? I don't know, Meat Moolah. It just makes me feel like I got money. I don't know. ET says, imagine getting on a song that's a joke and laying bars on top of bars, rhyme and poetry, rap, exactly. Et also said good morning to meet Moolah. Latrasha, welcome to the live, Queen Latrasha Johnson. She said some of the reason hip hop died too is because more black people became educated. This year was the highest number of black graduates, particularly women, 3.5 million grads. They won't highlight that. Wow. Wow. I'm going to have to highlight it. I'm going to make a post about it. That is amazing. And see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by when she says that they got educated. It's not just about school, y'all. There's 54 of you guys here. Please run up my likes for me. The like button is right there. It's right there. You already clicked on the video. You're here. Whether you're a hater or not, like the video. Y'all see how 10 people left? They be hating. Oh, I'm weak. Let me calm down. I'm weak. Oh my god, I'm so weak. My goodness. Okay. But they didn't just get educated as far as school goes when they went to school, y'all. They got educated as far as not being a part of the agenda that's being pushed. Like I said, Nicki Minaj and other real artists can make an entire song without cussing, right? They can make an entire hip hop track without cussing, without mentioning the thing between their legs, all of those things. That's real rap. Nicki Minaj has done it many, many times. But there's other artists that have to shake their butts for sex appeal, first of all, like Nicki Minaj said. And every single one of their songs has to do with what's in between their legs. And the reason why is because sex sells, right? But only people who are not real artists have to sell sex. Because when you're talented, and you know you're talented, and you could actually push your pen and drop whenever, you don't have to be a part of an agenda, right? So because hip hop has been watered down so much, the educated people are like, what is this? I don't want to listen to every other song be about something between someone's leg and the same flow. And You know what I'm saying? That's why she said more people became educated. It's not just about them going to school. Now they're above the bull it. Do you see what I'm saying? And again, Nicki Minaj has always told her fans, Barb's, finish school, finish school. Nicki Minaj just said that she wants to go back to school, you guys. She has paid for her fans to go to college. She has paid for funerals. Okay, so let's move on. ET said there's 29 of y'all here. Start liking the video. Period. Diggy Denny says I feel like songs should match the artist. You could tell Cardi didn't write that song safe. How are you safe when the dude that got you pregnant also has you out here looking goofy? Abuela, please. Grandma, please. Okay? And let me tell ya, so yesterday morning we did a live on that, and like I said, I'm also supposed to be getting into it more on my next video. But if you guys want to know like everything I said about that embarrassing situation that Cardi B is going through, watch the live that I did yesterday around this same time. Okay. um First of all, it's very sad that someone is making a song about a man they don't know. She did that to herself. She don't know Stefan Diggs to run and go and get pregnant and then make a song called Safe. How he makes you feel safe and he got all these kids on the way. That is so embarrassing. And that's why I said this man was a rebound. They were never supposed to be in a relationship. They were never supposed to have a child. He was a rebound dude. And now she's pregnant by her rebound, y'all. That's embarrassing. And he's doing her so dirty. And you talk about safe? Oh, man. Day M398 said, good morning, finally caught alive. Good morning. I don't know if you changed your name, but I've never read that name out loud. So I am happy that you made it. Good morning to the live. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the live. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here this early. And never be afraid to comment on Barb City. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and turn your post notifications on. My investor has something very special coming for Barb City Games. So if you're not subscribed and your post notification is not on, then you will miss out. Yvette says, so true, sis. You couldn't have said it better. Tiff Moore said, right, the delusional thinking is so. um, Tiff Moore also said, you're welcome at work. I love when people listen to me at work while they're cleaning their house, doing laundry and stuff, working out, because that lets me know that the videos are good. That's when I used to watch, is when I was at work and stuff like that. Michelle says, Barb City, we ride for you, Queen. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. And period. Thank you so much. Y'all done ran me up. Y'all have no idea. Like, Barb City Gang is at 18,000 something subscribers. And then I have my Queen of Tacos channel, and that one's almost at 500. Now, on Facebook, Barb City, I'm almost at 5,000 followers, and my Queen of Tacos page on Facebook is running up too. So I know y'all love me. I know that y'all support me, and yes, I love you guys too, literally. Leroy said, oh, welcome to the live. And he said, the whole Young Money is washed outside of their delusional fan bases. But yet you're here, Leroy. But yet you're here, Lee. Roy. It is 6:53 in the morning. Okay? And here Lily is listening to Barb City, listening to Nicki Minaj talk, and somehow I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. I'm supposed to believe that you don't like her. I'm supposed to like. Did you like the video? Did you share? Did you subscribe? Are your post notifications on? Like, like, I'm so serious. You clicked on a whole video that said Barb City is live. Nicki Minaj was right. Hip hop is watered down and dying. You clicked on the video. Did you click the like button? Thank you for commenting. Mr. Nicki Minaj and Young Money's washed. How? But you in Bart business right now. You over here in Bart business right now. And I'm supposed to believe that you're not a fan? You just want some damn attention. Sit down, Roach. Anyway, if you guys can, fill my comments right now. Bugs for the duds. Y'all know how we do it. We got Leroy in the chat. I would like you guys to run the bugs in the chat for this dud really quick so I can read them out loud. Since he want to watch, we can give him something to watch. And you know, we always got to let them know exactly how we feel about them. We want to be honest, right? We don't want anybody thinking we F with them when we don't. It's clear they F with us. We ain't over there watching what they watch. They over here watching me. You over here listening to me. Lily. Okay? Now, run the bugs in the chat, y'all. Please. And I will read them in just a second. Let me go back up. Hi, Unserious. Hey, babe. So, Denise, welcome to the live. Good morning, Queen. She said, good morning, Barb City Gang. Finally caught alive. ZM said, and this challenge is even bigger. Wait. And this challenge is even bigger. Post here breaking the internet on Twitter recently. You kind of messed up, but yes, this babe is bigger than the high school challenge. Tiff Moore said, and the footballer announcement of twins was crazy. Look at the universe, right? Black Mailbox said, Young Money is never washed. Like, what are they even talking about? Young Money is washed, but yet every last one of these girls are begging for a Nicki Minaj collaboration, and when they don't get one, they start acting shady. But I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Nicki Minaj been carrying hip hop on her back her entire career. In the first year, when she's like, I'm not doing ish, the Billboard Hot 100 streak is not only broken for her, but broken for the entire hip hop community. And I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Nicki Minaj just concluded the highest selling female rap tour of all time. And I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Nicki Minaj had the highest selling female rap album of 2023 and 2024, which means, and of 2025 as well. Nicki Minaj's album dropped around Christmas in December of 2023 and outcharted every last one of the female rappers that dropped their album in 2024. But of course, Cardi B is the only one who was too scared to drop with all the other girls, so she waited until 2025 and still could not outsell an album that was put out in 2023 around Christmas time. And I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Baby, the delusion. The delusion is beyond me. It's 6:58 in the morning and the haters are on Barb City, and I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Nicki Minaj is needed to jumpstart everybody's career. Atlantic Records was just reaching out to Nicki Minaj to do an album and a double tour with Cardi B, trying to patch things up, and admitted that they need help to push that girl. And I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. All the industry plans place to try and take Nicki Minaj's spot. And I'm supposed to believe, again, that Nicki Minaj is washed. Matter of fact, let me get my other phone on serious because I see what you just put. Hold on. I'm gonna do it for you right now while I'm on the phone. Unserious. I'm gonna make you a bot right now. They said like the video. Am I a mod yet? Period. Day M said the hate motivates her, proving them wrong every time. ET says Tattoo Drew wrong channel. Next, what did Tattoo Drew say? Did I skip his comment? Tattoo Drew said JD Vance and Pam. Child. Let me see. No, we didn't see that breakdown. I'm serious because I'm gonna break it down myself. Yvette says, "Shut your mouth and keep on talking. You are speaking truth. Amen, amen, amen. Period." Tiff Moore said, "She's strong, so we are strong, but we never lie." ET says, RIAA, but she didn't even outsell Pink Friday. Roman Reloaded. Mind you, she barely outsold Queen. Let's get into that. Wake that up. So actually, I did wake that up in one of my videos because I'm tired of people trying to compare Nicki Minaj's most recent albums. Like, no, we're going to compare debut album for debut album. And she did not outdo Nicki Minaj's debut album. She did not outdo Nicki Minaj's sophomore album. And she did not outdo any of the albums in between. And she did not outdo Nicki Minaj's fifth studio album. Cardi B could not outsell Nicki Minaj 17, almost 18 years into her career. None of the girls could. But I'm supposed to believe that Nicki Minaj is washed. Unserious, thank you for my super chat, baby. They said, B, your time is up. But Meg begged Nicki to collab. It was Cardi B. It was Cardi B. And Meg too, actually. And thank you for another super chat. Just to say, am I a mod yet? Wait. Am I a mod yet? I can't tell. Hold on. Hold on. Let me do that right now. I'm about to make you a mod right now. Where are you? Hold on. Okay, I found you. Now go there. And okay, I know this is how you do it. Okay, I think I have to do it like this. Okay, babe, I swear I'm gonna do it after this video. I don't know why. I think I gotta do it a different way. And yeah. I'm gonna make you a mod, babes. I promise. I promise, I promise. Uh C Wag, you can mod. Yes. If I see you more and more in my comments and I can make a mental note of your name and just know that you are a huge supporter of Barb City, then absolutely you could become a mod. I don't know if you've been here, maybe you changed your name, but I think that's the first time I said it out loud. But yeah, you could definitely become a mod. C Wag said, I don't see female when I see Cardi B. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my God. Wayne, Drake, M, and 50 Cent, only rappers in history to sell 1 million in a week. Bro, slide off this line, jerk. Period. Thank you, Latasha. She also said, what's your take on Raw and Cardi with that Paris situation? Technically, Cardi assaulted Raw, so for Raw to pin that generic letter and not sue is sus. That stylist was in a pic with Tina Knowles. So I'm getting into all of that in my next video, but I will touch on the Raw situation. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys. Why is it doing that? I will touch on the raw situation just really quick. So when that thing happened, I was like, at first they had me like wondering why Ra Ali didn't press charges, why nobody recorded. I was like, Cardi B and Ra Ali getting into it. Why didn't anybody record this situation, right? But people were able to take pictures of Cardi B standing there in front of Ra Ali. Like something just didn't make sense. And now I know what it is, y'all. It was all fake to begin with. I truly believe that Ra Ali was trying to help this girl's sales. I really do. I think this girl was trying to help Cardi B sell her album because she was upset with Nicki Minaj. And that's why that little story was just never making sense. Because if Cardi B and Ra Ali were to the point of a fight in the airport and they're taking pictures of Cardi B, why didn't anybody um why didn't anybody take a video? Mommy girls, it's time to wake up for school. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for me to get my babies up for school. They got a parade today with their Halloween costumes, so they can't be late. I got my little beauty pageant. I got my fairy, and my son is Luffy. So, mommy's girls, it's time. It's time to wear your costumes at school. Nature, a gym. You guys want to know how I got my daughter's name, a gym, really quick before I hang up? Nation, son, son.
You better stay right there.
I better stay right here. Good
And
morning.
be patient. Good morning. And be patient. Let me get up.
Boy. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, son. Girlies, it's time. It's time. So let me tell you how I got my daughter's name, HM. So I was watching this show called Wentworth. Or no, it wasn't Wentworth. It was the other version of Wentworth. It was called Yard. And she kept calling her daughter like I don't know how to say it because it's turkey. But it was like Jim, Jim, and I was like, is she saying a Jim in her language? And I was like, that's so beautiful. I want to name my daughter that, right? And so, but I also had another name, so I wasn't sure. So then Nicki Minaj was live one day, and on her wall she had a light, a neon light that said a Jim on it. And I was like, so I know that this is kind of abrupt. Hi, Delray Desi. Yes, you did miss the live. You are going to have to rewind, excuse me. But I have to get up out of here, you guys. I got to get my babies ready for their Halloween thing. I know it's abrupt. Be waiting for my video later on today. And like you guys already know, we are doing a live video every morning, 6 a.m. Okay, so make sure that you guys are here. I'm trying to wake up the babies so they can say hi really quick. Stinky girls, come on. Nature, nature. Good morning, mommy. Come on, we gotta get you ready for your Halloween parade and your Halloween party. Girl, is that drool?
No.
What is that?
I do not know.
Baby, you was sleeping too good. My baby got drool all on her face, all on her arm. It's all dried up. Ew. Hey, Jim. Good morning. I said, what is that? She said, I do not know. She is